This week has been an eventful week. We had the U.S. presidential election, and it turns out that Donald Trump is going to be our 47th president of the United States. And I know this was not like what a lot of people were hoping for, and it threw a lot of people off their game this week. I got a lot of messages about people who started off the week really strong and ended up kind of bad. And so I was sitting there thinking about what could I give as far as tips for you guys who are newer in the space so that you can continue to stay encouraged and navigate through this space. Now, Michelle Obama didn't specifically say anything to new traders, but she did give a speech in which she was talking to some students. And I think the most resounding point of the message was that when you're learning something new, focus on learning rather than becoming successful with it. And I can't agree with her more. The first thing is I want you to make time to study consistently, right? Make sure that you block out and be very selfish with a specific amount of time on a consistent basis every single week, whether that's marking up charts, whether that's looking and studying, if you're into fundamentals, studying fundamentals, if you're into just learning the basics at this point. In order to have any type of success, you have to have consistency. So be very intentional about your time. The second thing that I think is highly important is to make sure you understand risk to reward and how to calculate your position sizes. This was something that I learned late in the game. And had I learned it earlier, I think I probably would have been much farther than where I am right now. But nonetheless, it came at a great time. And it changed how I looked at the market, how I traded, and all of that. The next thing I would say is make sure that you give yourself enough time with one strategy. I often hear people jumping from thing to thing because something is not working in that moment. And truly, you got to give yourself enough time to be able to have data to analyze to determine if you need to pivot or if you should push through. Now, the next thing is real simple, and I know it sounds super simple. You got to respect your rules. We have rules for a reason. If you are not seeing success and things are not moving the way you want to, really be honest with yourself and make sure that you are following an if-then policy. If this happens, then I'll do this. Stick to your rules. It'll benefit you in the long run. The other thing I want to mention is everybody is not going to get what you're doing, right? You may have disagreements with your spouse, your mother, your children, whatever. This is not for everybody, and everybody doesn't have to understand it. So this tip is for you to block out the noise and focus on whatever your goal is that you want to accomplish in this trading space. This ain't for everybody, okay? So you stay focused with tunnel vision until you reach that goal. Make sure that you make time to study and be very patient for results. Master the understanding of risk management, respect your rules, stick to one strategy, and ignore the haters and block out the noise, y'all, okay? I appreciate you watching this video. If it was helpful to you, consider giving it a thumbs up. And I try to make content on a pretty regular basis, so you may want to subscribe to the channel as well. I will see you guys on the next video, and I wish you a very, very profitable week.